imperfectly. We grow step by step. We let the pain go. In this space we heal. You know it's all about the journey, not the show. Living imperfectly perfect. It's true. We rise on our struggles, break through. Together we'll find something brand new. 'Cause living imperfect is what we do.
This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe. Exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander. This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe. Exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander.
Welcome to Imperfect TV, where we embrace the messy, the real, and the beautifully unfinished. I'm Jemma Blythe, and this is your Monday morning guided journaling session, your space to breathe, reset, and begin the week with intention. Mondays can feel overwhelming, but they also hold a quiet power, a fresh start, a chance to realign with what truly matters. So, before the emails, the to-do lists, and the noise of the day take over, let's pause together. Take a deep breath in and out. Let's start this morning by checking in with ourselves. You don't have to get it perfect, just honest. Let your thoughts flow without judgment. This is your time, your space, your moment to be fully present with yourself. So grab your journal, settle in, and let's write. I'll be here with you, guiding you along the way. Because growth isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, even on the messy Mondays. Let's begin. Good morning, everybody. How are we all? Welcome to Imperfect TV Network with your host, Jemma Blythe, this wonderful Monday morning. So today, all of the journaling prompts that we're going to be discussing are targeting the different healing paths we all find, we all use. Some of us use different healing paths to others, which is totally fine. But it's all about how we heal and the different methods that are out there for us to use. So while things are about healing, it's about looking at what we already have, those resources that we already have around us that are free resources for us to use, to tap into whenever we need them. And people often say to me, has healing got a timeline? No, healing hasn't got a timeline. Healing isn't linear. Everybody uses different ways to heal, just as everybody uses different things to write or different cars to drive. Healing is very much unique to the person, and that's something that is very rarely spoken about. It's not something that you can put a timeline on. It's not something that should be rushed. You might have little breakthrough moments when you're on your healing path. You might have moments that you think, oh yeah, I remember when I used to feel like this, and it suddenly seems a little bit easier. But that is completely normal. Straight after that, you might have a bit of a dip and think, well, I thought I was healed. No, you weren't. You experienced a breakthrough. So it's important to take the time to recognize your thoughts, recognize your feelings, know why you're feeling a certain way and why you perhaps aren't feeling a certain way. So today we're going to be tackling healing paths with 4 journaling prompts as usual. But something that's new. Something smells new around here. And what is that? Imperfect TV UK Live. Yay. So I thought I would bring you some trending topics from the UK at the moment. If you want more information on these trending topics, go over to Life with Jemma Blythe now and subscribe while you're over there, because I'll be talking about each one of these topics in a video over there. So go over there, subscribe, then come back. So first thing is naughty's nostalgia. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, when I'm healing and during the healing process, I love to connect with things that I used to do, things that I used to connect with, hobbies, interests, and things like that. And when somebody said to me that noughties nostalgia was trending on TikTok, I straight away remembered all of the kids' programs that I used to watch. I used to have flared jeans and a top, and I used to just enjoy kicking back after school with my flared jeans on and a top and just watch kids' TV. I used to love doing that. And it used to be Bodger and Badger, Chuckle Vision, Young Dracula, who remembers those? Demon Headmaster. Oh my God, there was loads. But yeah, so Naughty's nostalgia is trending over here at the moment on TikTok, and I just can't believe it. And then, of course, we've got Beyonce touring in her Cowboy Carter tour, and as predicted, it's introduced a whole new string of cowboy fashion into different outlets, which I find completely hilarious. Like, Imperfect TV is all about breaking out of the box, being proud to break out of the box, and do whatever you want to do without worrying about perfection or how anybody else sees you or views you or whatever else. And then I see that this is trending, and it's a bit like, really? Something else that people feel like they have to follow, as if we haven't got enough of those, to be quite honest, from my point of view. So, yeah, let me know how you feel about that. And then, of course, more people, particularly from Gen Z, are finding TV shows on TikTok now. Like, huh? How? Why? It's so odd to me that people are finding TV shows through TikTok. Like Channel 4 shows like The Honesty Box. And I think Virgin Islands is on at the moment. It's so odd that people are finding those on TikTok. Like, I remember just picking up a TV guide, and trying to find what I wanted to watch through those. And in actual fact, sometimes I still do, because it's time away from screens. It's time that you're not getting distracted with work or emails or jobs that you have to do. So let me know. Let me know if you prefer screen time, or if, like me, you prefer looking at things in good old-fashioned pen, ink, and paper. Let me know. But that closes this week's episode of UK Live, and we'll be right back after this break, where we'll be jumping straight into the first journaling prompt of this morning.
Imperfectly, perfectly, we grow step by step. We let the pain go. In this space we heal. You know it's all about the journey, not the show. Living imperfectly, perfect, it's true. We rise on our struggles, break through. Together we'll find something brand new, 'cause living imperfect is what we do.
This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe, exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander. This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe, exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander.
The journey, not the show. Living imperfectly perfect. It's true. We rise on our struggles. Break through. Together we'll find something brand new. 'Cause living imperfect is what we do. Imperfectly perfect. Let's go.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So let's go into today's first journaling prompt. So as I've already mentioned, that today is all about discovering the different healing paths that we have when it comes to healing from trauma and paving the way to recovery. So the first journaling prompt is all about the different healing modalities that are available to us. So that means, do we go to therapy, take part in meditation, do art as a form of therapy, or movement such as dance or yoga? So what have you found to be the most helpful in your recovery? And again, this just gets you to think about, if you do any of these, great. If you don't, look what you have at your disposal. So, therapy, yes, it costs. Meditation is free. There are guided meditation videos on YouTube that are amazing and available for free. Art is free, unless, of course, you decide to take a class, but that's completely up to you. Then there's movement, and that's free too. Unless, again, you decide to go to a class. But there are so many different resources that you have at your fingertips through YouTube, through TikTok, through Facebook, any form of social media these days gives you all of these different things. It's just up to you how you use them and how you view them through your everyday life. So really take your time with this one and see if you can see which ones may be helpful to you if you haven't tried any. And if you have tried some, maybe write about what you were like before you tried this and how they've created a positive impact in your life. So I will give you just over a minute just to get some points down with this, and then we'll come back together and I'll share some more reflection on it with you. See you in a bit. Okay, so what have you found to be the most helpful during your healing path and why? What did you glean from this? Did you find the one that's had the greatest positive impact on your journey? Whether it's talking to a therapist, practicing mindfulness, engaging in creative expression like dance, art, yoga. What did you find? Or it could be something else entirely different from this. Anything that you can find with this that helps is useful. So that's the first one. And don't forget, you can come back to these throughout the day. There's no time limit on this because everything's available on demand, as I said, on YouTube. So let's talk more now about therapy. Now, as I've already said, therapy can be expensive. It can be difficult to find the right therapist for you to match with. But that being said, therapy has its place. It's there if you need it. So, like the other things, it's available at your disposal. But therapy, it doesn't have to be talking therapy like CBT or EMDR or somatic therapy. It can be having a safe space to talk openly and freely without judgment. So, this is all about how has therapy or any other talk-based healing practice supported your emotional and mental well-being? So, when you think about how you were before, when you were just starting out, when you were just taking those small steps towards healing, how did you feel? Did you immediately go to therapy? Or did you not think that therapy was necessary? And it just kind of became something you needed to be able to move forward. So that's what I want you to think about next. So for the next just over a minute, make your bullet points, and then we'll come back and share reflections together. Always remember, if somebody asks you what you're doing, say, be right back, just journaling. So, having a safe space, then, it can allow you to think about the negative thought patterns that we all develop after experiencing trauma. You are certainly not on your own there. And it can help to process your emotions too, and help put names to the different things that you're feeling. Because through trauma, a multiple of emotions can rise to the surface. And it's not about dealing with them. It's about putting names to the emotions that come up. Because when we name something, it gives it far less power than if we just simply say, oh, it's all right, we'll deal with it. No. When it comes to healing from trauma, You need to dig deep and find the strength, because everybody has this inner strength within us. It's determination. It's to say, I will deal with this head on. I'll name those feelings. I'll name those thoughts. I'll track those negative thought patterns. Why? Because I want to heal. You are all capable of healing. So when it comes to therapy and talking about emotions and things that have happened in the past, it's hard. And nobody's saying that it's easy, because it's not. So maybe therapy has helped you find better habits, created healthier routines, helped you to overcome something that you've been struggling through. Whatever it is, and however therapy has helped, you've played a massive part in that too. Okay. So now I've gone on one about therapy. It's time to move on to the next one, which of course is movement, and how movement has helped you during the emotional and physical healing process. So, movement is a funny thing. We all know that exercise is brilliant and probably one of the best things that we can do for our bodies and our minds. But something that isn't talked about, it's the pressure that sometimes can come with that. So I would say, from my point of view and from my experience, that if you are just looking at starting out with movement and your movement journey, limit yourself. 5, 10 minutes, build it up to 15 and then 20. Do not go at it like I did. I went straight in, 50 minutes at a time, got embroiled with tracking calories and all that kind of stuff. So think about that when it comes to movement. Yoga, I love. Yoga gives you the time, the space, the energy to be able to think, to be able to open up all those airways and heal those chakras, which is fine. It's healthy. It's finding what is healthy for you in this time. So whether it's yoga, dance, walking, running, what supported your physical and emotional healing process? Has it helped having that extra time when you don't necessarily have anybody else around other than yourself in that moment? Has it been scary to have your own thoughts there? Or has it been quite chilled and relaxed, being able to track your own thoughts and where you are in that moment? That's what this prompt is all about. It's all about seeing how this has supported you. So take your time. Again, write down your bullet points, come back to this later, and see what you've come up with. And comment down below anything that you want to share. So with that being said, be right back. Just journal. Okay, so movement, as well as boosting those feel good endorphins within our bodies that we need, it can also help us feel emotionally free and more embodied and grounded within who we are. And just those thoughts and feelings alone can help us feel more accepted, not by others, but by ourselves too, because it's something that we have within our control, our grasp, to be able to create meaning within us again. And it helps us to reconnect with our bodies. And it helps to release that stored trauma that creates muscle tension within us and store all that awfulness that's happened. So maybe it's helped you alleviate anxiety and alleviate that stored trauma as well. But something else that can help with that is our other creative outlets, whether that be journaling, music, or writing. So reflect on how these creative practices have helped you to be able to process your emotions and trauma, and how they help you to express thoughts and feelings as well. So when it comes to writing, sometimes something that's easier to do, at least for me, is to put pen to paper rather than voice how I feel. And that's something that's always going to be true, I think, for me. But one thing is for certain, with creative outlets, you discover the inner power that you possess, whether that's journaling, writing poetry, writing stories, taking part in painting classes, putting music on and dancing around like a mad thing. Whether that's any of those things, those are all within you and are all free, unless you take classes, of course. So take a moment now to sit back and think how these things may have helped you or how they might yet help you in the future. Okay. So maybe you found that being able to write or be creative on paper or listening or making music, maybe you found a way to think about and process those feelings that are harder to put into words than they are maybe into a song or a journaling entry or artwork. So, write about, when you come back to this, write about the therapeutic benefits and the value of being able to do these different creative things. What it's allowed you to release, transform, or even be able to understand your emotions in a deeper way. Again, put names to the emotions. Be able to work out when you feel something, why you feel that. All of the things that we've discussed this morning have been powerful, but they've been there for a reason. There's a reason why we need these things. If there was no reason as to why we needed these things, they wouldn't be around for us to use. So I hope that this has been useful this morning, discovering healing paths, discovering new healing modalities, such as therapy, art, movement, and then journaling, music, writing, yoga, dance, walking, exercise. There are far more. But this morning we've discovered what healing modalities have you found helpful in your recovery, how healing as therapy might have been useful for you, how movement might have supported your physical and emotional healing process, and then the creative outlets that have helped you process and express your emotion in a healing way. And then, of course, we looked at noughties nostalgia and cowboy Carter fashion and how Gen Z are discovering TV through TikTok and Facebook in UK Live. So I hope that you've enjoyed this mix this morning and found it useful and found information that you can glean from everything. So until next week, be right back. Just journal. Much love, and I'll see you soon.
Imperfectly, perfectly, we grow step by step. We let the pain go. In this space we heal. You know it's all about the journey, not the show. Living imperfectly, perfect. It's true. We rise on our struggles, break through. Together we'll find something brand new. 'Cause living imperfect is what we do.
This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe, exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander. This is the United Kingdom, but not the one in your guidebook. I'm Jemma Blythe, and I'm exploring the UK in all its bold, weird, breathtaking glory. From hidden history to indie art scenes, cream teas to coastal hikes, this is the real journey. Honest, imperfect, unforgettable. It's not about checking boxes, it's about finding stories, one corner at a time. Life with Jemma Blythe, exploring the UK. New episodes every week. Subscribe and come wander.
Perfectly, we grow, step by step, we let the pain go. In this space we heal, you know, it's all about the journey, not the show.